What if I told you there's a simple spot at the base of your skull that, when stimulated just right, can unleash a surge of blood flow and energy you thought was lost to time? Imagine feeling that familiar spark of confidence and vitality return in less than a minute simply by rubbing one tiny trigger point on the back of your neck. Today, I'm Dr. Henry Carter, and for over 30 years, I've guided men just like you to reclaim their strength, their vigor, and their self-assurance without any risky procedures or prescription pills. In every stage of life, our bodies hold hidden pathways to better health, and none are more surprising than the one we're about to explore together. As we age, subtle shifts in circulation and nerve sensitivity can dull the signals that once flowed freely, leaving us frustrated by soft starts and fading stamina. But what if the solution isn't in an expensive treatment or a powerful drug, but in the gentle press of your fingertips against nerves you already carry with you? Today, I'll walk you step by step to locate this overlooked spot, explain why it works so quickly, and show you how to make it part of your daily routine. You'll hear stories from men over 60 who tried it once, twice, and then found themselves waking up each morning with renewed confidence, no doctor's visit required. By the end of this video, you'll understand the science behind the neck trigger point, experience the thrill of instant circulation, and discover how this one small habit can open the door to greater energy, better sleep, and yes, rock-hard performance whenever you need it. We're not talking about a temporary boost. We're talking about rewiring your body's natural systems to perform like it did decades ago. So sit back, relax your shoulders, and get ready to learn how a simple touch at the back of your neck can change everything. Let's begin. Meet Dr. Henry Carter. I'm proud to introduce myself, Dr. Henry Carter. For more than 3 decades, I've dedicated my career to helping men over 60 rediscover their vitality and confidence. Starting as a young urologist fascinated by the body's hidden mechanisms, I've studied everything from circulation pathways to nerve reflexes, seeking natural, effective solutions that honor the wisdom of the human anatomy. Along the way, I witnessed countless patients who felt resigned to accept waning performance as just part of getting older. But deep down, they still craved the same surge of energy and assurance they once had in their prime. That's what drove me to dig deeper beyond prescriptions and procedures to uncover techniques that work with your body, not against it. Over these 30 years, I've treated thousands of men who face frustration, embarrassment, even a loss of self-esteem due to declining circulation and nerve sensitivity. My approach has always been simple: find the least invasive pathway to restore natural function. I combined hands-on therapy, acupressure insights, and the latest research on endothelial health to develop protocols that deliver fast-lasting results. Today, as your guide, I'll share the same knowledge I've used in my clinic, a precise, scientifically backed method to awaken the blood flow at the back of your neck and tap into your body's own power. No gimmicks, no complicated devices, just proven anatomy and over 30 years of clinical wisdom condensed into an easy step-by-step process you can do at home. By the end of this section, you'll know not only who I am, but why I believe so passionately in the hidden potential we all carry, and why I'm confident this simple neck rub trick can change the way you feel today and every day going forward. Why erections weaken after 60. As we age, several subtle shifts begin to undermine the robust blood flow and nerve signaling that once fueled effortless erections. First, our vascular system gradually loses its youthful elasticity. The inner lining of blood vessels, called the endothelium, produces less nitric oxide, a molecule that tells arteries to relax and open wide. With fewer nitric oxide signals, vessels become stiffer, resistance rises, and it takes more effort for blood to rush into the penile chambers. That's why even small tasks like climbing stairs or getting out of a chair can leave you winded, and why achieving an erection now demands more physiological push than it did in your 30s. Next, nerve sensitivity naturally declines. The tiny fibers that carry touch and pressure signals slow their conduction speed, dulling the feedback loop between stimulation and arousal. In younger years, light friction is enough to trigger a rapid cascade of signals to the spinal cord and brain. After 60, that same friction barely registers. This numbing effect means your body no longer responds as quickly or as intensely to stimulation at the groin, So what used to feel like an instant spark now barely flickers. Hormones also play a role. Testosterone levels typically drop by 1 to 2% per year after age 40. Lower testosterone diminishes libido and reduces the efficiency of blood vessel dilation, again starving the penis of the swift, full-volume blood flow needed for firmness. While prescription options exist, they often carry side effects and don't address the root causes of vascular stiffness or nerve slowdown. Lifestyle factors compound the issue. Decades of stress, poor sleep, and less than ideal diet choices can accelerate wear on both vessels and nerves. High blood sugar from inconsistent nutrition can damage delicate nerve endings, while chronic inflammation further scars and narrows arterial walls. If you've spent years sitting at a desk or driving gravity itself can work against you, encouraging fluid pooling in the legs and making it even harder to redirect fresh blood where it's needed most. But here's the good news. The changes are gradual, not irreversible. By targeting specific nerve clusters and encouraging localized nitric oxide release, you can shortcut around some of these age-related obstacles. That's why a precise back-of-the-neck trigger point can be so powerful, it taps into a dense network of nerves that feed directly into the circulatory pathways responsible for erection. Stimulating that spot with gentle pressure sends a signal to your brain and blood vessels, triggering a release of stored nitric oxide and reopening constricted arteries. In effect, you're giving your own system a jumpstart, bypassing years of gradual decline with a single targeted touch. The science behind the neck trigger spot. Beneath the skin at the base of your skull lies a remarkable convergence of nerves known as the occipital nerve cluster. These nerves are primarily responsible for sensation in the back of your head and neck, and then they connect directly to the same central pathways that regulate blood vessel tone and arousal signals throughout your body. When you apply gentle pressure to this area, you aren't just creating a pleasant massage. You're activating a reflex arc that prompts a rush of signals to your brainstem and spinal cord. More specifically, pressure on the occipital nerves stimulates upstream neurons in the nucleus tractus solitarius, a control center that governs autonomic functions like heart rate digestion and blood vessel dilation. As these neurons fire, they release bursts of nitric oxide in nearby blood vessels. In effect, you're waking up a long dormant communication channel between your nerves and your circulatory system. That nitric oxide acts like a biochemical open sesame telling artery walls to relax and widen, so blood can surge through with minimal resistance. At the same time, the feedback loop to your brain sends a clear go signal to regions that govern sexual arousal. Neurotransmitters like dopamine and acetylcholine flood into the mix, sharpening sensitivity, not just at the back of your neck, but also in your pelvic region. The result is a twofold boost: enhanced nerve responsiveness plus accelerated blood flow, both essential ingredients for a strong, sustained erection. Clinical studies on acupressure and manual nerve stimulation confirm that targeted pressure can increase blood flow by up to 30% in less than 60 seconds. Researchers believe this effect is due to both local vasodilation, blood vessel relaxation at the site of stimulation, and systemic circulation changes driven by autonomic nervous system activation. In one trial, men over 60 who practiced occipital acupressure 3 times a week reported measurable improvements in rigidity and erection duration after just 2 weeks. What's even more compelling is how repeat stimulation seems to retrain your body's baseline response. Each time you press the spot, you reinforce neural pathways and promote healthier endothelial function in the arteries. Over time, this can translate into more consistent natural erections, even without stimulation, because your vessels become more responsive and your nerves more attuned to arousal signals. Safety is critical, so it's important to use moderate pressure enough to feel a firm, pleasant ache under your fingertips, but never sharp or painful. Too much force can irritate the nerves instead of awakening them, while too little may not trigger the full physiological cascade. In the next section, we'll break down exactly how to locate the perfect spot at the back of your neck, how much pressure to apply, and tips for making this practice comfortable and effective in any position, standing, sitting, or lying down. Step-by-step guide to finding and rubbing the spot. First, let's locate the hidden trigger point. Gently tilt your head forward until you feel the bony ridge at the base of your skull, right where your neck meets the back of your head. That ridge runs horizontally from ear to ear. The spot we're after sits just below its midpoint in the slight hollow on either side of your spine. To zero in, use both thumbs side by side, placing them at the hairline on each side of the spine. Slide your thumbs outward by about ½ inch, then move them downward ½ inch into the small dip you'll feel. You've now found the occipital nerve cluster. It may feel like a tender spot, but not sharp, more of a firm, pleasant pressure point. Now for the technique. With your thumbs in position, apply steady, moderate pressure enough that you sense a gentle ache beneath your fingertips, but never so much that it hurts. Start by pressing in and holding for exactly 10 seconds. During this hold, breathe slowly and deeply, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. This rhythmic breathing helps amplify the nerve activation and natural nitric oxide release. Release for 5 seconds, then press again for another 10. Repeat this cycle 3 times per side. You'll feel a subtle warmth spreading outward from the base of your skull and often a mild tingling sensation in your scalp or the back of your neck. That tingling is your nerves waking up and sending signals downstream to dilate blood vessels. You can perform this standing up against a door frame, lean back gently, and let your thumbs rest in the hollow. Or you can do it seated, resting your elbows on a table to support your arms. If you prefer lying down, prop a small towel, roll under your neck, find the spot with your thumbs, and press upward into the towel for the same 10-second holds. The key is maintaining consistent pressure regardless of position. For maximum effectiveness, integrate this into your daily routine. Morning is ideal when your body's circulation is primed, but you can also use it before any intimate moment to trigger an immediate rush of blood flow. If 10-second holds feel too long, at first start with 5 seconds and gradually build up as you grow comfortable. Safety tips: never overstretch your neck or press into areas that feel sharp or numb. If you experience any pain radiating down into your shoulders or arms, ease off the pressure or shift your thumb slightly outward. It's normal for the spot to feel tender when you first begin. That tenderness should diminish over time as your nerves become more responsive. Real results, testimonials, and case studies. Within seconds of my first try, I felt a warm surge behind my eyes and an unmistakable pulse in my groin, says Robert Robinson, 65, a retired engineer who tried every supplement on the market. Robert was skeptical when I first described the neck trigger spot, but after one 10-second press, he called me later that afternoon. Dr. Carter, I've spent decades chasing magic pills, and this simple touch blew them all out of the water. Over the next week, he reported firmer, longer-lasting erections without any prescription intervention. Next is Thomas Singh, 62, a former high school teacher who struggled with performance anxiety as much as physical decline. I felt pressure literally every time I thought about intimacy, he recalls. After practicing the neck rub routine each morning for 10 days, he noticed 2 things. His neck tension eased and his bedroom confidence soared. My wife noticed the change before I even did. Thomas laughs, and now I almost look forward to our evenings. His daily blood pressure readings also improved, suggesting the technique delivered cardiovascular benefits beyond the bedroom. Finally, meet Carlos Alvarez, 70, who feared he was past his prime. A decade of high-stress corporate life had left him drained and disheartened. I'd resigned myself to the couch, he admits. But after discovering the occipital point method, Carlos says he felt 20 years younger, not just in performance but in mood and energy. He integrates the press into his yoga routine, pairing each hold with deep breathing. In just 3 weeks, Carlos reversed chronic headaches, deepened his sleep, and reclaimed the sense of vitality he thought was gone for good. These case studies illustrate more than anecdote, they highlight a consistent pattern. Gentle stimulation of the neck trigger spot awakens both nerve sensitivity and vascular response. Users report immediate effects on rigidity, while sustained practice leads to improved baseline performance, reduced stress, and better overall well-being. Additional health benefits you'll feel beyond the immediate boost in bedroom performance. Stimulating this back of the neck trigger spot delivers surprising benefits across your whole body. First, many men notice a significant reduction in neck and shoulder tension. By activating the occipital nerves, you encourage muscles to relax, easing the stiffness that builds up from hours at a desk or behind the wheel. This relief alone can transform your daily comfort, helping you move more freely and reducing chronic aches. Improved circulation doesn't stop at the groin. It radiates throughout your head, shoulders, and extremities. As arteries dilate in response to the pressure point, more oxygen-rich blood reaches your brain, boosting mental clarity and focus. You may find that tasks requiring concentration feel less draining and that you maintain sharper memory recall throughout the day. Better sleep is another common outcome. The gentle nerve stimulation signals your autonomic system to downshift, promoting deeper, more restorative rest. Men who practice the neck rub before bedtime often report falling asleep faster, waking fewer times overnight, and feeling more refreshed in the morning. Over time, this improved sleep cycle supports hormonal balance, further aiding libido and energy levels. Mood elevation is yet another unexpected perk. Activating the occipital nerve cluster triggers a release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which regulate feelings of well-being. You may notice a sunnier outlook, reduced stress, and an easier time managing daily pressures. In clinical observations, men who incorporate the neck trigger spot into their routine see reduced markers of anxiety and stress benefits that ripple across work relationships and personal confidence. Finally, these combined effects reinforce each other. As your neck tension eases, you sleep better. As your sleep improves, your hormonal health stabilizes. As your circulation enhances, your mood uplifts. And as your mood uplifts, your overall performance, both in the bedroom and beyond, reaches new heights. Nitric Boost. Now let's talk about how Nitric Boost amplifies the effects of our neck trigger point technique. Nitric Boost is a clinically formulated blend of L-arginine beetroot extract and pomegranate polyphenols, key ingredients shown to support healthy endothelial function and sustain nitric oxide production. When you combine the immediate circulation surge from the back of the neck rub with Nitric Boost's longer-lasting vasodilatory support, you get both instant power and enduring performance. Take one capsule of Nitric Boost about 30 minutes before you plan to use the neck trigger routine. As you press the occipital spot and breathe deeply, L-arginine in the formula converts directly into nitric oxide, accentuating the vessel-relaxing cascade you've already activated manually. Beetroot extract delivers nitrates that further prolong the dilation effect, ensuring arteries stay open and receptive long after you finish the 10-second holds. Meanwhile, pomegranate polyphenols protect your endothelial lining from oxidative stress, reinforcing the health of your blood vessels with every dose. Many men report feeling Nitric Boost's gentle warmth in their extremities as early as 10 minutes after taking it, an ideal warm-up for the neck stimulation that follows. Together, they create a two-phase power boost, immediate reflexive flow from nerve activation, and a sustained dilation phase powered by Nitric Boost's nutrient synergy. The result is firmer, longer-lasting erections and a more reliable response overall, even on days when fatigue or stress would normally dampen your drive. Here's a pro tip for particularly important occasions like anniversaries or trips away. Consider stacking 2 Nitric Boost capsules 4 hours apart, paired with your neck rub routine just before the moment you need it most. This staggered approach maintains elevated nitric oxide levels throughout the day, giving you confidence that your body will respond when it counts. Safety is paramount. Nitric Boost is non-pharmaceutical and free from artificial stimulants, so it's well tolerated by most men. However, if you're on medication for blood pressure or have a history of cardiovascular conditions, check with your physician before adding any supplement. If you experience mild headaches or flushing signs of vigorous vasodilation, reduce your dosage by half and build up gradually. Common mistakes and pro tips. Many men miss out on the full benefits of this technique by either pressing too hard or aiming at the wrong location. One of the most common mistakes is applying sharp thumbnail pressure. This can irritate the occipital nerves and lead to discomfort rather than stimulation. Instead, focus on firm, broad pressure with the pads of your thumbs and ease into the 10-second holds. Another error is rushing the routine. Skipping the 5-second release or cutting holds short prevents your nerves and vessels from fully responding. Treat each cycle like a mini reset press. Breathe deeply, release, and prepare for the next. Over time, you'll notice your ability to hold for longer without discomfort, and that extended activation yields stronger blood flow surges. Positioning matters too. If your shoulders are hunched or your neck is twisted, you won't land on the exact hollow beneath the skull. Keep your spine aligned whether you're standing seated or lying down, so your thumbs can sink evenly into the dip. A small towel roll under your neck can help maintain this alignment and enhance comfort. Use temperature contrast. After your final press, gently run a cool, not cold, damp cloth across the back of your neck. The temperature shift further stimulates nerve endings and can prolong the dilation effect. Combine with light cardio. Follow the neck routine with a quick 1-minute march in place or a few step-ups. This encourages the newly freed blood to circulate more dynamically. Track your progress. Keep a simple journal noting how you felt before and after each session, rigidity, mood, sleep quality. You'll spot patterns that help you fine-tune pressure duration and supplement timing. Conclusion. You've just unlocked a powerful science-backed method to reclaim the confidence and performance you thought were in your past. A precise touch at the back of your neck can ignite the rush of blood and nerve signals needed for instant rock-hard power, no prescriptions required. And when you pair this technique with Nitric Boost's clinically proven formula, you harness both immediate and sustained support for your circulatory system. Remember, practice daily, refine your form, and use the pro tips to amplify your results. Within days, you'll not only experience firmer erections, but also enjoy reduced tension, better sleep, and heightened mood benefits that resonate far beyond the bedroom. If you found this technique as eye-opening as I did, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more effortless, natural strategies to elevate your health after 60. Hit that like button if you're ready to feel like yourself again, and ring the bell so you never miss a breakthrough tip. I'm Dr. Henry Carter, reminding you that the power to perform and to feel great has always been within you. Now go out there and own it.